Something weird is going on in the apartment above me by Born to Create. So, my boyfriend and I moved into our first apartment together in the beginning of May. Of course, we were super excited as this was our first place together away from family. We were on our way to becoming real adults. After moving in, all of our crap settling in, and we quickly discovered all the pros and cons of having an apartment in the city. We got used to the police sirens and traffic noise pretty quickly, but we noticed that the upstairs neighbors were making quite a lot of noise. Not just the regular loud stomping or music noise, but a very strange sound that was almost the exact same every time. When we first moved in, the noise would only occur every few days, if that. However, when it started to seem to happen again and again until late at night, the only way I can describe the sound is almost like furniture being dragged across the floor in the same twice pattern. The second drag is always shorter and louder than the first, and always comes a couple seconds after the first. The force is strong enough that it shakes our apartment. I've had to reposition things on our bookshelf and counters because they always get shaken out of place. We dealt with this noise for about 2 weeks before we decided to say anything. At this point, the noise had been happening for about 3 days straight, and we were getting pretty tired of it. My boyfriend was at work at the time, so I decided to go up myself and see what was going on. I knocked on the door, and a woman, probably in her mid-30s, answered the door. She looked like a normal woman, black hair, fair skin, thicker build, but it was her eyes that put me off. They were so sunken in, it almost looked like she hadn't slept in weeks. I almost felt bad about coming up there to talk to her, but I decided to ask anyway. I said, "Hey, how are you? We moved in a couple weeks ago into the apartment below you, and we noticed some noise coming from your apartment." "What?" she said. "No, that's the construction going on in the penthouse." "Okay. I just wasn't sure since it goes on till almost midnight," I said. "It's not us. I have to go. Bye," she said in a rush. Then she shut the door in my face. Her facial expression was blank the entire time, and she had this kind of hunched posture. It freaked me out. When my boyfriend got home, he asked what happened. I wish I had told him everything, but all I said was that the woman told me it was construction in the penthouse, which is 3 floors above us. We thought nothing of it for a while and just kind of dealt with the noise, thinking it was construction workers just doing their jobs. That is, until we actually went up there. One night we were drinking with some friends, and we figured that it would be fun to go see the penthouse floor for ourselves. It's 3 a.m., and we all ride the elevator up to the top of the building where the penthouse is. When the elevator doors opened, I felt my stomach sink a little bit. The floor only extended to the left of the building and not right where our apartment is. There is no penthouse above us. There never was. And that's not it. According to my boyfriend, he's spoken with some of the residents that live directly under the penthouse, and they claim that they hear nothing when the construction crew is working. So, we know now that the woman in the apartment above us was blatantly lying, probably just to get us to go away. We wanted to go back up there to say something, but we never got around to it. We kind of ignored it until about a week ago when we heard what sounded like hammers tapping on the floor at about 9 a.m. on a Saturday. My boyfriend, obviously angry, went down to the leasing office to complain about it, and that's when the bombshell hit. Apparently, they had just started renovations that day on that apartment, which is why there was the hammer noise. But when he mentioned the dragging sound, they seemed confused and told us that no one else has lived in that apartment for months. I have no idea who or what I talked to, but I'm afraid to go back up there. So far the noise has lessened, but every time I hear it, it sends chills down my spine.